Hey, what's up, you guys? Matt Thibeau here with Savant Marketing Agency, coming at you with another video. And today we're going to be talking about 5 ways that you can attract more high-end jobs into your contracting business. You know, a lot of contractors are always saying like, hey, I want to attract high-end jobs. I want to get better jobs, bigger jobs. And so today I'm going to break down these 5 things that you need to know if you want to start getting higher end jobs, higher paying jobs, bigger jobs for your business so that you can make more profit and have more stability maybe for your guys on crew. So I'm going to jump right into things here, and you really want to take notes because this is something I think you're going to find very, very helpful. So let's jump right into things. So tip number 1 is that, this might seem obvious, but you need to actually deserve to be able to get those high-end jobs. And this goes 2 ways. So the first way is that you need to actually be good enough to be able to do the high-end jobs, right? Like a lot of contractors that we work with, they say, yeah, I want to do higher-end jobs or higher-end work, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that their skill level or their craftsmanship literally just isn't there. And so a lot of contractors, they want to be able to do these kind of things and get paid these big jobs and do all this stuff, but they're not actually there from a skill point, right? And so this isn't meant to offend anyone or be that guy, but you do need to be able to actually deliver on the service that you're giving, right? So number 1, super obvious maybe, but you need to actually be able to deserve to be able to do those jobs, right? And so you need to have the skill to actually perform it. And I think that goes without saying, but for some of you, I might have to say that. The second thing to keep in mind as well is, okay, let's say that you have the skill to complete these high-end jobs. The other thing is that you need to feel worthy of it too. And that goes beyond the scope of this video, but you need to ask yourself, am I actually feeling like worthy to be able to take on some of those jobs? Because I'll tell you, a lot of guys will self-sabotage them right out of doing these types of jobs. And then they don't even feel worthy of taking it on, or they don't feel like they, who am I to be able to do this? And so you need to be able to have the mindset to be able to take that on and do that for that person. And so that requires knowing your own worth and really deserving that, because this will come into play later down the line as I go through this, that if you don't feel like you really deserve to be able to get those jobs, you won't be able to get them. So tip number 2 is looking the part. Now, there are so many different aspects of this that I can talk about, but I'm going to zero in on the most important ones. And I think just number 2, talking about these, is going to give you a lot of really good insight. So looking the part, what does that look like? Well, first thing is looking presentable, right? So having maybe a shirt on with your company logo, a hat maybe with your logo, your truck is clean, it looks good. When you pull up to do the estimate, you look professional, maybe you have a clipboard so it looks like you know what you're doing. And you look the part, like you look like a real professional. You talk like a professional. You're not cussing. You don't smell like cigarettes. You are looking the part. So that is your physical appearance. The other aspect of looking the part is things like online reviews, having really nice pictures of your work online. Maybe you have some awards on like some of these websites like Homestars or House or whatever, and you're 5 stars across the board. You really want to put effort into looking the part. And this is important because high-end jobs, these homeowners who are going to hire you to do this big work, right? They're going to be looking for someone who looks the part. They're not going to be paying you, tens of thousands of dollars if you don't look the part, if they can't put their trust in you that you're going to be a real professional when you're dealing with their project, right? And so you need to look the part. Very, very important. It's going to build trust. It's going to make them want to work with you. All right, so number 3 is price congruency. And I've seen this happen so many times, and it's something that can definitely lose the sale if you don't know what you're doing. And what this is that your prices that you quote for this bigger job should be in congruency with being a high-end job. And so this requires knowledge on your end of what other contractors who are in the high-end space would be charging for a job like that. Because I'll tell you, if you come in at a super low price for a high-end bid and other contractors are at a certain price point, let's say $50,000, and you come in at like 35,000 or whatever, you're significantly cheaper, it's going to be a red flag to the homeowner, because if they get quotes from like 2 or 3 other contractors and they're in this price and then you come in super low, they're going to be thinking to themselves, like, why is this person coming in so low? Are they an amateur? Do they not know what they're doing? Like, very few people will see that price and be like, oh, this person's the cheapest, I'm just going to go with them. For these high-end type of clientele, they're not stupid. They're not going to want to just like go with the cheapest possible person. When you're spending that much money, you want it to be done right. And now obviously price is going to be a consideration for them, but you need to really do your homework on like, what is this job actually worth, so that you can have congruency with the price that you're charging, what it's worth, and then what other people might be coming in at with their bids. You don't want to be too out of line with that price congruency. Otherwise, you're going to be perceived as literally just a guy who doesn't know what he's doing. You're not prepared, and you're just throwing out a quote. All right, so number 4, to be able to attract these high-end jobs, is to be advertising on Facebook and Google. Basically, advertising as many places as you can. Why is this? Because if you're going to be focusing on high-end jobs, you need to be able to have the lead flow to be able to support that, right? Because let's say, for example, you are used to doing like a lot of smaller end jobs, and then you come in with like, this big high-end job. From a mindset perspective, your energy is going to be all weird, because you're not coming from a place of abundance so that you have all these high-end leads. And so your energy is going to be weird. You're going to be very needy in the sale. You're going to be nervous. And so if you don't have an influx of high-end leads coming in all the time, then your energy is going to be very off in this sale. You're not going to feel like yourself. You're going to be needy, like I mentioned. And you're also just going to like put all of your eggs in this one basket of this one job. You want to come from a place of having more than enough work coming in that you can basically pick and choose and cherry pick. And if you're going to be going after high-end jobs, there's going to be less of those that are going to come your way. And so you need to be able to build up lead generation streams that are constantly throwing new work your way so that you can cherry pick and pick and choose, right? And so it's very important to be able to come from a place of abundance so that you have a bunch of leads coming in through so that you can pick and choose and you're not just scraping the bottom of the barrel, right? And number 5, the last tip, if you want to attract high-end jobs, is to be able to create an amazing experience for your clients, right? Because let's say, for example, you get a high-end client and you do work for them and they're really happy with the work that you do. Guess who their network is going to be? It's going to be other high-end type homeowner projects, right? Because maybe the neighborhood they live in or the friends they hang out with. Typically, the type of person that you get when they refer someone to you is going to be a similar type of person to them. Like, I don't know if you've ever experienced where maybe you had a difficult client and then they referred you someone and then they were also a difficult client. It's because typically people will hang out with people who are also similar to them, right? So once you get in with the high-end jobs and you're doing really well with that, if you can create an awesome experience for them, they're going to refer you to more and more high-end type work. And it's very important that you create an awesome experience so that they do want to refer you to their friends and family or come back and get more work done in the future. So I hope you found these 5 tips very helpful for you. If you have any questions or anything like that, you can comment below. I do see that there is a little tip here. Blah, blah, blah. Paul says, it's like a golf swing. Lots of moving parts to make a perfect swing. Exactly. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. This is definitely going to take practice for you guys, but it's something that once you get right, you get your marketing down, your positioning down, it's going to make it a lot easier for you. So again, if you guys have any questions or comments, post in the comments below. I would appreciate if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, share it with other contractors. Guys, I hope you have a great day and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye.